I started off this trip seeking to make a video about the South, how we've been hit by tornadoes, and how we've survived. I went out looking for a measure of redemption for us. I went out looking to travel familiar roads surrounded by farmland and the occasional fireworks stand. But as I drove, I began realizing that I didn't really know my home as well as I had thought. I had traveled these roads for years, never really stopping to look at what we had to offer. After some time on the interstate, I stopped at a small park I had passed perhaps 100 times. I could see that there was a trail leading into the woods, so I followed it. It was perhaps half a mile long, but in the summer heat it might as well have been 10. Between mosquitoes and the midday sun, it wasn't the most ideal walk, but it felt necessary. I reached the end after passing quite a bit of swamp. To my surprise, in the middle of the woods was an elevated deck at the edge of the river. I climbed to the top and looked out at the city on the other side, thinking that we spend so much time seeking to go over there when we miss what is here. But that's really the nature of exploration, going somewhere out there thinking that we know all about here. While in the woods, I got a text message that said, "Where are you?" It may have been an inquiry to my physical location, but it felt bigger than that. I didn't know. I could find my way back to a road, which would lead me to an interstate eventually, but I was more than physically lost. On my return trip back to my apartment, the sky started to turn dark. It looked like storms were coming. I figured that there was no point in fighting the weather, so I put the camera away and drove back. That day I had found myself in farmland, at a river, in the city, the woods, and in the fens, and I was never more unfamiliar with the place I call home.